Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone and welcome to your English class. In our lesson today, we will take the exercises from the 4th unit, which is titled The Art of Advertising. All you need for the lesson today is your books for the 4th unit, The Art of Advertising, a sheet of paper and a pen to take down your notes. So let's get started. In this semester, we have taken 4 units. The first was titled Big Changes. The second, about careers. Then the third, what will be. And the fourth, which is our focus today, is about the art of advertising. So let's get started with this. How are we going to go in this unit? We are going to go through the self-reflection, the last page in this unit, which is on page 61. We're having certain objectives, and I will check it with you for understanding. At the beginning, on page 48, which was the first lesson in this unit, you will be able to talk about commercials, ads, and products, which is the idea of how to read and how to read the advertisements or commercials. We have described these as the smaller, the better. Also, we have used better than any other. Also, the most expensive suitcase in the world. Also, lighter than any other bag. The price can be as high as a car. It can make your life easier. It is much smaller and less bulky. The words that are here highlighted in green: smaller, better, most expensive, and the others. This is the language that we will use for commercials. What are we trying to do? We're trying to compare things. My product is the best. Nothing is better than it. This one is better than the old one. Comparing and using the comparative and the superlative. Okay. The following is about describing products, which was the writing lesson on page 57. In this lesson, we have spoken about how to describe a product. The first thing that you will do is to collect and gather your data, information. But you have to take in mind, you're going to collect the data about the product itself and its history. Trace back. Think about it and trace back. Also, you have to put in your mind that your information should be right, correct. The information should be correct, accurate, and also should be interesting. You have to know who is going to read your article. Are they older or younger people? Are they language learners or advanced language learners? Also the stages. You're going to put it in stages, steps, and you will follow here just the important ones. You're not going to put everything, it will be boring and confusing. Also, the idea of organization. How are you going to organize? What's going to come first and something that will come by the end? It will come in chronological order. What is chronological? Old, newer, the newest. From older until newer. On a timeline from the past until today. Okay, then on page 50, we have discussed the idea of comparing items. 1 to 1, just like on the scale. In comparing adjectives, we have discussed the idea, if I have a short adjective, like safe, it's a short adjective. How can you come up with a comparative form of safe? It will be safer than, with ER. So you will say the pen is safer than the other pens. This one is safer, ER. However, if the adjective is long, like I'm having attractive, long adjective, attractive. I can't make it longer, so I'm going to add words. It is more or less attractive than. Focus on the than for the comparative, and I will say the pen is more attractive than the black one. My pen is more attractive. Let's try to do this exercise. We will compare water to ice cream. Water is than ice cream. What adjective can you use? Can you use big? No, it's not big actually. We can use the adjective healthy. What do you think about healthy? Is it long adjective or short? It is actually short. Healthy. One sound, one vowel sound. Healthy, healthier than. Just add ER. You will add the ER here. How about if we will do it the other way around? What is much more better in ice cream rather than water? I will say that it is refreshing. Refreshing is actually a long adjective. So I will say more refreshing than. However, it is not as healthy as water. Then we got to the idea of superlative. What do we mean by superlative? This pen to every other pen in the world. You to everyone in your classroom. So superlative also short adjective like cheap. Short, cheap. So how can I use the superlative form? The cheapest. It is the cheapest. Nothing is cheaper than it. It is for 10. Every other pen is 11, 15, 50 or other prices. The pen is the cheapest of its kind. I compared it to any other and it was the cheapest. However, if we're having a long adjective like comfortable. Comfortable, long adjective. Can you make it longer? No, not really. I will say the most or the least comfortable. So my pen is comfortable. It is more comfortable than any other pen. It is the most comfortable pen. Any other pen is less comfortable than it. Okay, let's try to do this one. We're speaking about Robert Wadlow. He is actually a tall man. He is tall. No one is taller than him. He is the tallest man in the world. Everyone is shorter than Wadlow. The Titanic movie, how about it? How can you describe it? They paid a lot for that movie. So I will use the adjective expensive. Nothing is more expensive than the Titanic. So I will say the most expensive. Nothing is more expensive than the Titanic. Okay. Then we have spoken about comparing using as. What do we use when we say as? Like each other, not like each other. They are the same speed, so I will say as fast as number 2. They are equal to each other. However, look at these. One is fast and the other is not fast. He's slow. So we will say not as fast as number 2. Look at him. Not as fast as the other. This is how we use it. As and as. In the middle, you will put your adjective. Let's check into here. We're having a compact car and a luxury or a sports car. We will use not expensive. They are not equally. One is expensive and the other one is cheap. The compact car is cheap. So I will use the adjective expensive. They are not equal to each other. So I will say not as expensive as. One is cheap, the other one is expensive. How about it in here? We're having juice and water. They are equal to each other. So I will use healthy. Healthy. This is healthy and this is healthy as well. So as healthy as. I can tell. You can take the juice or the water. They are like each other. As healthy as. Then we have spoken about the idea of sense verbs. What is the sense? Related to the 5 senses. So the form is, you start with a sense verb like smell, sound, taste, or look. Then you will use like, equal. Then you will have a noun. Like what? Like a cake, like a train, like carrot, or like a bug. So I can come up with a sentence. If you look at this picture, it looks like a duck. However, the reality, no, it's not a duck. It is actually a peanut. I can also say, it sounds like a good idea. When I hear it, I say, maybe it is a good idea. Then I have to think about it. Okay, let's try to do this exercise. Complete the sentences. The air smells like something. Smells like smoke. Smells like roses. We have also, I'm not sure what this food is, but it tastes like, I'm trying to guess, it tastes like chicken, cake, the thing that you can taste. She has spoken English very well. She sounds like, when you listen to her, you think that she is a native speaker, as if she were British or American. Brian washed his car this morning. Now it looks, when I look at it, it looks like a new car or like a diamond. It is shiny, as if it were new. However, it's not new. Okay. The following we have spoken about the idea of active and passive. What is the active? When we are having subject, verb, and object. Like engineers make the car. Our focus here, I want to know who did the action, so I focus much more on the action, on the subject, engineers. Now here, make is a verb in the present tense. I will come up with the passive, which is engineer. The car is made by the engineers. Notice the use of the is because I have make, not made. Following, engineers made the car. They made it in the past. Now I can change it into passive. Start with the object, which is the car. The car, not is. This time we will use was made. Made, past. Here we have past. Use the past. Engineers will make the car. Well, so I will start here with the car. The car will, you can take out the will, just use it. Will be made by the engineers. How about in here, let's do this exercise using the passive voice. Carl Benz made the first car in 1886. This is the subject, this is the verb, and the car is the object. I want to start with the object. However, which verb to be are you going to use? Made, was or were. The first car was made in 1886 by Carl Benz. You can take Carl Benz. Notice the use of was, past. Companies all over the world produce cars nowadays. Companies, produces the verb in the present. Cars, here we got, this is the object. Which word you will start with? Cars. What is the verb to be? Is. Or we will say are this time. Nowadays, cars are produced all over the world by companies. You noticed here? Here we have used was because this one is in the past, and here we used are, or you can use is if it is only one car because it is actually in the present. Here, page 58. We have discussed the idea of articles, indefinite ones. The indefinite, it means anything. Can I have a pen? It means blue, red, yours, mine, any pen. So the indefinite articles are whether the a or an. Where can we use them? We can use them if we am having only one, not two or three, just one. And where can you use it? Before the singular noun. Pen, a pen. Airport, an airport. It comes before it. However, these are used, the a is used with the consonants, however the an is used with the vowels. What are the vowels? They are the sounds a, e, I, o, and u. These are the sounds. So we can say a radio, a painting, or an airport, an English class. Okay, these are the indefinite articles. Let's try to use them here. These or that is one. Demonstrative pronoun, that. These are. An or a, old. Notice the o sound, an old-fashioned bicycle. This or these is Hashim, this one. These are my brothers. He is doctor, the sound, so we can choose a doctor. Notice the sound. Then we have discussed the idea of the possessive adjectives and pronouns. If I'm asking you a question, I will have this pen. I don't know who does it belong to. You say, whose pen is this? Or let's check the suitcase. Whose suitcase is that? I'm speaking about this one, this suitcase. So she will say, it's my suitcase. Adjective. It is her suitcase. Here we'll have the adjective as well. Or she will say, it's mine, the bag is mine, or it's hers. Here we have used the possessive pronoun or the possessive adjective. You can use this or that based on the situation. Is it at the end of the sentence? You will use the pronoun. Here, let's try to use these. Complete the conversation with the correct possessive pronoun. Whose trousers are these? Are they for you? We'll say, are they yours, Ali? Yes, they are for me, so they are mine. Don't buy that dress, Sabah. It is not. We're having color before the noun. We can use the possessive adjective. It's not your color. Oh yes, it is my favorite. Next, number 3. Is that mom's wallet? No, that is not. At the end of the sentence, you will use the pronoun, not hers, not for my mom. Mom's wallet is in her coat pocket. So here we're having the coat pocket, the noun. Before it, you will use the adjective. Is this family house, Mr. Morris? Is this your family house? Possessive adjective, because we're having the house after it, which is the noun. Yes, it is. At the end of the sentence, here, it is ours or mine. My wife and I, so we, ours. My wife and I bought it last year. Check at the end of the sentence, just use the possessive pronoun. Then we have discussed the idea of when and ones, the easy ones. When do we use when? Instead of repeating the same word again and again, just use when or ones. If it is singular, only when, we will use one. However, if it is more than one, we will use that one. So which jacket is yours? Choose one, the green or the black. It is the black one. It means the black jacket. One jacket. How about if we're having more plural countable nouns? We will say, which are your shoes? Shoes pair, so more than one. You will say, the green ones. The green one, it means like one. One and group ones. So instead of saying the green shoes, again shoes and repeat, just use ones. Then here, let's try to do this one. Which hat do you want? I want this hat, or we can use this one because it is only one hat. Only one. How about the following? Which flowers do you want? Now we're speaking about flowers. More than one. So the white ones. The white flowers. You can say flowers, by the way, but instead of repeating again and again, choose one or ones. Then we have spoken about the idea of two and enough. What do we mean by two? Two is more than I need. Too much. Or you can say enough if it is this is what I need, exactly what I need. I need a glass of water. This is enough. Okay? Let's look at this picture. We're speaking about this little boy. He is 10 years old. Can he drive? No, he is too young to drive. Too young. Notice this is the adjective. Before the adjective, you will use too. However, how about his brother? Here, we're speaking about his brother. He's 18 years old. He is old. So he is old enough. The adjective comes before enough. He is 18 now, he can drive. Old enough. Too old to drive if he is 90 maybe. So after two, you will use the adjective, and the adjective comes before that if we're having enough. So let's try to use them in here. We're speaking about height, tall and short. We are short to play basketball. Short in here. So before it, too short or enough short? It will be too short. How about him? You are not tall enough to play basketball. You are too short, not tall enough. You need to be taller. Then we have discussed in the reading lesson, page 61, the meaning of certain words. Here we're having inconceivable. What do we mean by inconceivable? Take out the N, then we will have conceivable. What is conceivable? life without cash in the past was inconceivable, very hard. It means impossible to imagine. In the past, if you don't have cash with you, you can't buy anything. No cash, no purchase. Then, nowadays, today, going out without a credit card is impractical, not practical. It means not easy or not convenient. If you go out with cash, not credit card, you have to count the money. You are afraid of pickpocketing. Ideas like this. Impractical. Then we have spoken about the idea of limited. I don't want to be limited in boundaries. What is limited? Kept within boundaries. You can't do this, you have to do that. Limited. Only these. Limit. Then, status of symbol. What is a status of symbol? Credit card in the past was a status of symbol. Those people who are having the credit card are much more better than the others. So we will say a sign of social standing. So they are higher level than those who don't have a credit card. Let's continue in here. Cash in. What did we say about cash in? To make money from. We have spoken about it, like Hollywood made a movie about credit card. So they cashed in. They invested the money and they make money from it. Franchise. What is franchise? It is actually a brand to a company. Like we're having credit card, it was an American product. Then we're having a branch in France, a branch in Canada, a branch in Cuba. So branches. We're having this at the franchise. Revolutionize. This is actually the verb from revolution. So it means greatly change. Not, let's say, imagine life before credit card and after credit card. Revolution, totally different. Everything is different. Okay, for your homework, I want you to take the exercise in your workbooks, page 123. Page 123 in your workbooks. It's about answering certain questions on Unit 4. Okay, I guess that is it for the lesson today, and thank you so much for your time.